Triage Expert Dual Purpose, or TEDP for short, is a clinical decision support software application used by registered nurses who provide telephone triage services to veterans. TEDP is a clinical component inside Document Storage System's TellCare Record Manager. TellCare Record Manager, or better known as TRM Plus to the VA nurses, interfaces with the VHA medical record, VISTA. TRM Plus passes two key pieces of information to TEDP to begin a triage encounter: the gender and age of the patient. TRM Plus will not be demonstrated in any TEDP tutorial. Questions regarding TRM Plus should be deferred to your nurse manager. Training will be done using the TEDP training site that you can see on the screen. So let's get started and let's get ready to triage. As I stated a few minutes ago, triage requires gender and age to begin an encounter. TEDP has gender and age-specific algorithms. Keep this in mind if you're using a test patient with TRM Plus to become familiar with TEDP. The TEDP training solution defaults to a male patient with a date of birth of January 1, 1950. This is the same if you're using TEDP backup in the event a VISTA connection cannot be made using TRM Plus. Your nurse managers have the username and password for TEDP backup in the event that the VISTA connection cannot be secured. So let's get back to my training solution. To change the gender from male to female, I simply select female. And to change it back, simply select male. To change the date of birth, I open up the calendar, and as you can see, I have a month, day, and year. I can change the days by using the plus or minus buttons, or I can use the highlight function by just highlighting the date, entering using my keyboard, and then hit set date, hit it again, and I'm ready to go forward. So all I do now is I select start, and as you can see, a Q&A, a library, results, and a begin typing to select symptom is my next screen that's visible to me. So let's talk about this screen for just a moment. The start screen is deactivated, which means I can't go back to change the gender or the age. I'd have to do an abort function, which I'm going to talk about in another tutorial. So let's function on this Q&A tab that's highlighted. What does this mean? It means I'm ready to perform triage. I'm ready to type in a symptom. My library tab is also available, and I would use this if I want to do an education only call, or at the end of triage if I'd like to go into the library and add some additional educational material to the encounter. And then my results screen is here, has a couple different functions, but when I'm done triaging, the results tab will become activated, which means I'm ready to complete the encounter. So let's talk about the menu section. This is where I would type in my symptom to be triaged. Training part 2 will demonstrate selecting the chief complaint for triage.